Today, we'll follow in the footsteps of the explorers searching for the Pacific Ocean. Straddling the border between Alberta and British Columbia, the Rocky Mountains offer a wide range of contrasting scenery. And on the other side, we'll discover the Pacific Ocean with its bustling cities. It's no surprise that millions of visitors flock to Western Canada every year. The breathtaking natural sights and the lively urban centre make it well worth the trip. After starting off in Calgary, we'll stay for a few nights in Banff. From there, we'll get on board the Rocky Mountaineer, a train especially designed to give passengers an incomparable view of the Rockies. The train will bring us to Kamloops and then to Vancouver, from which we'll take a ferry to the island city of Victoria. Come join us on our all-inclusive tour to Western Canada. Our journey begins at the Calgary International Airport. We grab our bags, hop on the bus, and in no time, we're off on our tour of the Canadian West Coast. In the distance, we can see the downtown area of Calgary, the largest city in Alberta. We lift our eyes to take in the Bow Tower, a massive 58 stories sheathed in glass. This brand new skyscraper is the highest in the city. It was built to launch the revitalization of the East Village neighborhood, which is one of the poorest in Calgary. The building is named after the Bow River, which flows nearby. It's renowned as a paradise for trout fishing. By the river, an interesting scene is frozen in time. This is the Women Are Persons Monument, honoring the 5 Albertan women who fought for and won the right for Canadian women to be constitutionally recognized as persons. We continue our visit through Calgary in the company of our knowledgeable guide. In the late afternoon, we arrive at the Olympic Plaza, a large square in the shadow of the famous Calgary Tower. An icon of the city, the tower stands 191 meters high. With its 360-degree windows, it has the best views of the city. Those with strong nerves can look out over the city through the tower's glass floor. Back on the ground, the Olympic Plaza was built to host the medal presentation ceremonies of the 1988 Winter Olympics that were held in Calgary. Today, it is one of the neighborhood's cultural hubs, with sparkling fountains in the summer that transform into a magnificent ice rink in the winter. Further along, we see an installation of tall aluminum statues that were originally designed for the British Pavilion at Montreal's Expo 67. The sculptures were moved to Calgary and have been on display here since 1970. Calgary is the 4th largest city in Canada. It was named after a bay on the Scottish Isle of Mull. We're back at the Bow River, which is spanned here by the 100-year-old Centre Street Bridge. The bridge is illuminated during special events, including the Calgary Stampede, which is internationally renowned as a gathering place for real cowboys. Downtown Calgary is full of lively pedestrian streets, including the famous Stephen Avenue. It's recognizable by its steel trees, designed to reduce the strong winds that gust between the buildings. On Stephen Avenue, we have our choice between 9 shopping malls, an immense variety of cafes and restaurants, and a charming mixture of boutiques and art galleries. The street itself was declared a National Historic Site in 2002 because of its high concentration of historic buildings, including the Fairmount Palliser, where we will stay tonight. For almost a century now, this luxurious lobby has been a meeting place for foreign dignitaries, celebrities, and even members of royalty. The efficient staff checks us in at reception, and we head over to have supper. The menu proposed by the Palliser dining room looks appetizing. Pacific salmon and Alberta beef are local specialties, and they are truly the stars of this menu. All the dishes are exquisitely presented and delectably flavored. With a glass of red wine in hand, we savor our meal in the company of our guide. After supper, we head to our rooms. The Fairmount Palliser offers up a completely different level of accommodation with elegance and style. The warmly decorated rooms that seem worthy of a palace exceed our expectations. In addition to the conveniences normally found in a four-star hotel, the Palliser gives us a touch more in the form of a delectable platter. As well as a wide selection of films and high-speed internet access, the sparkling bathroom is ideal for relaxation before a good night's sleep. In the morning, we hit the road under Calgary's blue skies, getting comfortable on our tour bus. With the Rockies rising on the horizon, we begin our journey toward the mountain town of Banff. At the entrance to Banff National Park, the Banff gondolas offer a 360-degree view of the surroundings. The cable car brings us to the summit of Sulphur Mountain, 2,281 meters above sea level. The 4-passenger gondolas climb the mountain in 8 minutes. We have ample time to contemplate the dense pine forest and the snowy peaks that reach up to the sky all around us. Up at the summit, our view of the surroundings is breathtaking. Every direction is a postcard-perfect panorama. The small town of Banff extends beneath our feet. Although it's only around 4 square kilometers, it receives over 3 million visitors every year, attracted here by the national park in which the town is situated. We walk from one magnificent lookout point to the next, each one with its own distinctly splendid views. They are connected by walkways that are maintained year-round. Banff is situated in the oldest national park in Canada. The park was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985 on its centennial anniversary. Each observation point gives us a great chance to see the magnificent scenery of the surrounding Rocky Mountains. It's time to head back down in the windowed cable cars. The view is just as striking on the way down. Back at the bottom of Sulphur Mountain, we have a short drive to Rimrock Resort Hotel in Banff. The elegantly dressed employees unload our bags from the bus as we head to the reception to check in. The personnel takes the time to answer all of our questions before assigning our rooms. It's time to relax in the Larkspur Lounge, a glass in hand. The bartender's specialty, martinis and cocktails of his own concoction. All the rooms in the Rimrock are decorated in dark wood and earth tones, in harmony with the natural environment. The bathroom is impeccable, offering organic bath products with no synthetic colors or fragrances added. From our window, we watch the sun set over Banff and the Rocky Mountains. The sun is barely up, but we're ready to start our day here in Western Alberta. From Banff, we'll head for Yoho National Park, location of the famous Lake Louise. Wildlife abounds in the national parks as we catch glimpses of a deer following along the road on the edge of the forest. We stop at Castle Mountain, about halfway between Banff and Lake Louise. The mountain owes its name to its castle-like shape, a result of millennia of erosion. We pose for a group photo, and we're back on the road. This time we see a brown bear having a snack on the side of the road. And off we go to Yoho National Park. We stop on the shores of Emerald Lake, the largest lake in Yoho. Because of its high altitude, the lake is frozen from November until June. The rest of the time, the surface is free of ice, allowing canoers to have a field day. Its spectacular color is caused by the limestone of the surrounding mountains, which accumulates in the lake when the snow melts. That's why Emerald Lake glistens even more in July, when all the snow is melted. Our exploration of Yoho Park continues at a particular place on the Kicking Horse River. In the Kicking Horse River Valley, a natural stone bridge stands over the river. The bridge was formed by the erosive forces of the rushing water here at this point where the current is extremely strong. We head toward Lake Louise, named in honor of Queen Victoria's fourth daughter. The lake's singular beauty has been attracting visitors since the 19th century. Visitors can explore the area on foot, on horseback, or by canoe. In winter, it's even possible to skate on Lake Louise in the shadow of the snowy peaks. The temperature of the lake never exceeds a few degrees above freezing, so you have to be a brave and hardy soul to venture into the water. Similar to the waters of Emerald Lake, the iconic light turquoise color of Lake Louise is the result of debris from the surrounding glaciers. The area was developed for tourists by the Canadian Pacific Railway Company. The CPR also built a magnificent wooden chalet, which was open to visitors only in the summer. At the beginning of the 20th century, the establishment was enlarged and given the name Chateau Lake Louise. Today, the Fairmount Hotel chain has taken over the chateau and offers activities and excursions year-round on the banks of Lake Louise. A walk along the lakeshore lets us work up an appetite. Good thing, too, because today we'll have lunch at the Fairmount Chateau Lake Louise. We take our seats next to the huge windows while the drinks stay cold on ice nearby. The chateau even has its own official beer, called Signature Ale. We're offered a warm buffet, which specializes in appetizing dishes from around the world. From the appetizer to the dessert, each course makes our mouths water. The attention to detail in the presentation is impressive, especially for the desserts. As there is a wide variety on offer, everyone is sure to find something to their own tastes. And if the choice is too difficult, you can always go for seconds. The philosophy of the chef is to offer dishes that appeal to contemporary tastes while staying true to Western Canadian cuisine. And there's no doubt that his efforts are successful. With our bellies full and the sun shining in the sky, we leave Lake Louise and head back to Banff for a chance to explore the city before the day is over. Before the pioneers crossed the Rockies, Banff was for a long time the westernmost city in Canada. Since then, it's become a major tourist center that was built up around its train station. Banff is the only urban community within a Canadian national park and is one of the most popular destinations in Canada. In the morning, we arrive at the Rocky Mountaineer Station in Banff to start our rail adventure. The Rocky Mountaineer is the only train that transports passengers on the historic Canadian Pacific Rail Line. itinerary will bring us from Banff to Kamloops in the heart of British Columbia. We climb aboard the Gold Leaf Coach, a glass-domed, two-level car that gives us an uninterrupted view of our surroundings. Specially designed for a comfortable journey, the coach is spacious and welcoming. As serendipity would have it, the sky clears at the moment we're served a glass of orange juice. We raise our glasses to the auspicious beginning of our trip over the Rocky Mountains. The natural surroundings are absolutely beautiful, and it's a pleasure to be able to relax and enjoy this luxurious mode of transport. On the car's lower level is the dining room, which is fitted with comfortable booths. We trade in our glass dome for enormous picture windows as we indulge in a delectable breakfast. But we don't miss a single thing. The train slows down in the areas with the most amazing scenery. Faced with such breathtaking mountain scenery, carpeted with green forest and streaked with rushing rivers, we hardly know where to look. When we feel the need to stretch our legs and get a breath of fresh mountain air, we have only to go out onto one of the covered balconies for a closer view of the surroundings. Apart from a few brave souls on a rafting adventure, there's little sign of any human presence. The historic rail line traveled by the Rocky Mountaineer gives us some exceptional points of view. Time flies just as fast as the landscape. It's lunchtime already. Back in the dining room, our hosts present us with a four-course gastronomical extravaganza. We are completely delighted, and this is only the second course. The Rockies zip by outside the window. Our attention is divided between our tasty meal and the gorgeous ravines and waterfalls tucked into the trees. The meal continues, with local products at the forefront that are irresistibly fresh. Each dish is made with sophisticated flavors consistent with the luxury of our train journey. Since it was founded in 1990, the family business that runs the Rocky Mountaineer has welcomed over 1 million guests on board the train. The weather is fabulous, and we take advantage of it for a photo session on the balcony. Our train slows down to let another train pass. Beside us, a CP rail train brings goods from one side of the Rockies to the other. The Canadian Pacific Railway Company has been in existence since 1881. It's the CPR that built Canada's first transcontinental railway, which the Rocky Mountaineer is using today. For decades, the only way to journey from one ocean to the other was by train. With this cross-country line, CP Rail contributed to the development of Western Canada. The company also made inroads into the hotel industry, as we saw with Chateau Lake Louise. To prepare for our arrival in British Columbia, the group gathers around our guide for a quick summary of the coming activities. Next to the River Thompson, we learn that the name British Columbia was chosen in honor of Christopher Columbus, the great explorer of the Americas. To celebrate our Rocky Mountain crossing, one of our hostesses gives us a rousing rendition of a song that couldn't be more appropriate. Our trip is done for the day, but we'll return to ride the Rocky Mountaineer tomorrow on our way to the West Coast and Vancouver. We set foot in British Columbia at the Kamloops train station. A bus is waiting to take us to our hotel, the Coast Kamloops. Recently renovated, the hotel is both a conference center and relaxing oasis for visitors to the area. In the cheerful lobby, the personnel direct us to our rooms. They're bright and welcoming, with modern furnishings and an inviting bed. A fully stocked and glistening bathroom completes the picture. The balconies look out over the interior tropical garden that surrounds the heated pool. In the morning, we head back to the Rocky Mountaineer for another leg of our journey to the Pacific Coast. The city of Kamloops bids us farewell. With our course set toward the west, we'll follow the Fraser River to the Pacific Ocean and the coastal city of Vancouver. The scenery of southern BC slips by, bathed in the morning sun. Taking in these peaceful landscapes, we're quite pleased to be on board the luxurious Rocky Mountaineer for another day on train travel under the radiant skies. We can easily understand why the trip is right up there on Reader's Digest list of the world's 10 best train journeys, as well as on National Geographic's list of top 10 North American train trips. As we move further from the Rockies, the landscape changes, with the mountains becoming lower and greener, and the vegetation becoming more diverse. This is the Fraser River, which begins high in the Rocky Mountains and flows right through Vancouver into the Pacific Ocean. It will be our travel companion for today. The Fraser is considered by many to be the best place in the world for salmon fishing. Others are drawn to it for whitewater rafting, but all agree about its natural richness and its contribution to the region's human history, which is why it has been designated a Canadian Heritage River. As the river widens, we head down to the dining room for a delectable breakfast. With a menu designed by an internationally renowned chef trained in the best restaurants of Paris and Geneva, it's impossible not to enjoy the excellent food. Like our previous meal on the train, the options are as numerous as they are tantalizing. The Rocky Mountaineer continues on its way, heading right through the mountains, following the Fraser River. The canyons of the region are so narrow, with cliffs that make us hold our breath. The glass dome lets in the bright sunlight, a perfect opportunity for some souvenir photos. We are served a snack at our seats on the upper level, which allows us to get a good look at where we're heading. Although everything seems so heavenly, in truth, we're not far from hell. We're approaching Hell's Gate, a place where the Fraser River narrows considerably. It was the explorer Simon Fraser who, forced to portage around the rapids in the river that bears his name, christened the passage as so. Fortunately, an aerial tramway and a suspended bridge now link the two sides. Our last meal on board the Rocky Mountaineer is served by our attentive hostesses. As always, the colors and the aromas make our mouths water. also delighted with his meal. In Vancouver, we are welcomed like rock stars. It's the end of the line. Everybody off. We thank the fabulous personnel of the Rocky Mountaineer for their unparalleled service. Our bus tour brings us to the Four Seasons Hotel in Vancouver. The hotel's enormous lobby sets the tone for our stay. Luxury, elegance, and comfort, all rolled into one. The rooms are impeccable, carefully decorated in soothing colors and with lots of natural light. The Four Seasons Hotel aims to spoil its guests, and it's in the small details that great hotels truly stand out. Wrapped up in a cozy robe, we get ready for a good night's sleep on the West Coast. Well rested, we head off to explore Vancouver with a city tour given by a specialized guide. Vancouver is the third largest city in Canada after Toronto and Montreal, with over 2 million inhabitants. In terms of design, the metropolis was greatly influenced by San Francisco, another West Coast city. We head for Stanley Park, the pride of Vancouverites. The park is located on traditional Indigenous land, and First Nations people have lived in the area for more than 10,000 years. The attractions of Stanley Park include a bike path and walking trails through an area forested with ancient trees. The Lions Gate Bridge is a symbol of Vancouver. It's an impressive suspension bridge built in the same style as San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. It crosses the Burrard Inlet and links the city of Vancouver via Stanley Park to the municipality of West Vancouver. We head toward Granville Island, a peninsula that faces downtown Vancouver. The neighborhood is known for its artistic flair and its public market. Here, the region's market gardeners sell their harvest next to exquisite local delicacies. Before leaving Granville Island, we pause a moment to admire the boats floating on False Creek. And then off we go to Gastown, a historic Vancouver neighborhood. The district was named in honor of Gassy Jack Dayton, a ship's captain that opened the first saloon in the area in 1867. Gastown is known for its red brick buildings and its cobbled streets. One of the area's attractions is the Gastown Steam Clock, powered by steam from a subterranean vent. It doesn't chime the hours, instead it whistles them like a kettle. There's no shortage of shops and activities in Gastown, both night and day. But another part of Vancouver is already calling us. On the other side of Lions Gate Bridge, we eat at the Bridge House restaurant in North Vancouver. The establishment advocates the slow food movement with a West Coast flavor. The dishes are pure comfort food, and the servers are attentive, a delectable experience from start to finish. Across the street from the restaurant, the Capilano Suspension Bridge awaits, perched 70 meters above the river. A guide from the site takes our group in hand, showing us around the historic Aboriginal site of Kia Pilano. When we arrive at the famous 140-meter bridge, we cross it with confidence, but with a firm grip on the side rope. It's quite an experience. As everyone seems to have survived, we continue on our exploration of the park, which has walking paths both on the ground and through the trees. We walk from one tree to the next in complete safety in the heart of a BC rainforest. We then head to the Cliff Walk, a hanging walkway made of stairs and bridges that takes us along a precipice above the Capilano River. Surrounded by waterfalls and trees that are several centuries old, the experience is at once awe-inspiring and relaxing. After Capilano Park, we get back on our bus and head toward Grouse Mountain and its Skyride cable car. The aerial tramway, the largest in North America, will bring us to the summit of Grouse Mountain. Inside the Skyride car, we can see the forest, the Vancouver skyline, and the Pacific Ocean extending to the horizon. There's a range of activities on offer at Grouse Mountain, from a cinema that shows nature films, to helicopter rides, to paragliding. We get off the Skyride car to explore the area, hoping to get a few photos of the region's fauna. Along with its deer and its many owls, Grouse Mountain is known for the bears that live here, protected in a sanctuary that was specially built for them. The stars are named Kula and Grinder, two grizzly orphans that were rescued from starvation and brought to the refuge a few years ago. As they are members of an endangered species, the bears are treated with special care. And they truly love the attention they get here. These magnificent grizzlies would be dangerous if we met them by chance in the wild, but here, no one is at risk. It's time for a lumberjack performance. They have many tricks up their sleeves and can do some amazing things armed with only an axe. Thrill seekers can opt for a zipline ride before we head back down the mountain. We return to the foot of the mountain at the end of the day, where our driver is waiting to take us to our new lodgings, the Coast Plaza Hotel. Renovated in 2011, the Coast Plaza in Vancouver's West End prides itself on offering a unique experience to guests staying in its 269 rooms and suites. Each room includes a private balcony overlooking the city of Vancouver. The room is spacious and attractive, with a well-equipped and well-lit bathroom. As the last rays of the sun peek through the clouds over English Bay, our group arrives at the Old Spaghetti Factory in Gastown. Quite popular among Western Canadians, the restaurant is part of a chain that specializes in, yes, you guessed it, pasta. We are brought their classic fresh bread served with whipped garlic butter to tide us over until the main course. We savor our hearty meal and anticipate our next destination, the island city of Victoria. This morning, we hop on a ferry and leave Vancouver behind. We're heading to Vancouver Island on the other side of the Strait of Georgia, where Victoria, the capital city of British Columbia, is situated. On board, we take in the sea air and keep our eyes on the waves. Who knows, maybe we'll catch a glimpse of one of the region's orcas. Our guide shows us some other impressive examples of the marine fauna that we might come across in the waves. Our ferry approaches the southern coast of Vancouver Island. The U.S. border into Washington State is only a stone's throw away. And here we are. The bus rolls off the ferry and onto the streets of Victoria.
Thank you.
Our first stop is at the Butchart Gardens. Over an area of 130 acres, the gardens have been blooming here for over 100 years. In the beginning, Jenny Butchart's dream was to add an aesthetic touch to the site of an abandoned limestone quarry. Her love of plants blossomed into a passion that grew in tandem with the gardens. The gardens are arranged into sections, including the sunken garden and the star pond. The wide variety of species, along with the attention paid to the horticulture detail at the Butchart Gardens, attract thousands of visitors each year. The gardens are ornamented with unique artistic pieces like the Three Sturgeon Fountain. Both educational and relaxing, the gardens are still tended by the descendants of Jenny Butchart. We'll head through Chinatown before setting our course toward the Victoria Marina. Not far away, an airport offers seaplane rides over the region. While Victoria was founded in 1840 by the British, Aboriginal populations have been living here for millennia. When the gold rush began a dozen years later, Victoria became the starting point for European and Asian pioneers heading north. Today, as the capital of British Columbia, the city revolves around its port and has a strong tourism industry. After a pleasant afternoon stroll by the water, we head toward the British Columbia Parliament building. On the lawn in front stands a statue of Queen Victoria, as well as a totem pole that symbolizes the cultural contribution of the First Nations people to the province. Close to the Parliament, a monument stands in honor of the Canadians that died in the two World Wars. The neo-Baroque style of the Parliament building gives it an imposing air. Along with its immense central dome, we admire the provincial coat of arms carved in stone above the entrance. We walk through the historic streets of Victoria to the Fairmount Empress Hotel, where we will spend the night. A true palace, the Empress has provided lodgings to many celebrities since its opening in 1908, including such illustrious names as Rita Hayworth, Bing Crosby, and John Travolta. And of course, the luxury of the hotel extends to its rooms, which manage to be elegant and cozy at the same time. Even the bathroom is welcoming, with its marble counters and delicate wallpaper. This evening, we'll go out to take in the Victoria nightlife, with its harbor full of boats and its illuminated buildings. All lit up, the Parliament building steals the show. Our tour is already approaching its end. We pack up our bags to return to the mainland, taking the ferry back to Vancouver. Disembarking from the boat, we find ourselves right next to Canada Place, an activity center that was built for Expo 86. The massive complex includes a hotel, offices, and a popular convention center. Beside it, The Drop is a work of art designed to make us think about our relationship with water. We have a quick bite to eat and then head toward Jackpool Plaza. This is where we find the immense cauldron that held the Olympic flame during the 2010 Winter Games. Made of steel and glass, the structure is a popular gathering spot for Vancouverites. We savor our last moments on the Canadian West Coast, a satisfying end to a fabulous trip. A visit to Western Canada proves that you don't have to go to the ends of the earth to have an amazing traveling experience. The majesty of the landscapes, the clear blue lakes, and the cosmopolitan cities on the Pacific Coast have a flavor all their own. And what could be better than discovering them in the comfort of a luxury train? Experiencing the natural wilderness in a mountain clearing and seeing the Pacific Ocean as the final frontier. That is what the Canadian West has to offer. For another taste of adventure, come with us on our next Joy of Touring.